Yo, what's going on, everybody? Ryan the Mighty Quinn here, the Cornerman _MMA. Before we go forward, those of you watching on video, I see I got a little shiner myself here today. I am training. I have a grappling super fight coming up August 12th, Hallandale Beach, Florida, for Action Fight League in their amateur series event. Please come by if you're in South Florida, or there will be a stream. I'll let you know about it. I'm looking forward to getting back in there again. Very excited. So back to today's video. UFC Vegas 77 last night. Solid event. Jack Della Maddalena, he got a little surprised. I do wonder. I thought he was gonna have an easy night. Silly me. In the back of my head, I kind of did think, but I didn't think it would matter. There was a possibility that the couple of weight cuts and being stretched out. He had a 3-week quote unquote fight week if it weighed on him. He looked okay. However, I felt that some of his decisions, especially later in the fight, were questionable, like going for that takedown at the end when he could have possibly knocked him out. But either way, I forget his name. That guy he fought looked great. He's going to be around for a while, earned his spot. Let's go to the main event now. Mayra Bueno Silva submits Holm in the second round. Wow. This is a big win for two reasons. The obvious reasons: beating the former Bantamweight champion, who's been a top 5 fighter for at least the last 8 years. That's great. I do question Holly's decisions in that fight. Now, Greg Jackson's well known for great round management, so I'm sure there's something there that I'm not getting. So I'm not doubting that. But she did have success early on with the blitz style. I didn't think that was a great game plan at first, but it was working. So now Mayra did kind of start countering off of that, which was great, but she only started countering off that after Molly. She landed 2 or 3 blitz combinations, and then she went for that takedown. So it was clear that she was changing her level, and her level change was poor, which is what led to the guillotine. But why didn't she just try to create angles instead of she just tried to keep going north, south, north, south, north, south? As opposed to the way Holly usually fights, where she's creating angles and working that jab to the head kick. And that was the other thing. Instead of going for, she was landing those blitz punches, and she got Mayra to cover up. Why didn't she go for body kicks? And I was thinking, does Holly ever really go for body kicks? I can't really think. I know it's head or low, but those body kicks were there as well that she didn't go. She went for takedowns. She didn't land a takedown. She got her against the fence, which is, a really not a position you want to be in, obviously, against Mayra. But let's not get into that. I'm not trying to take away what from Mayra's win here. So now the obvious, she beat the former champion, number 3 ranked fighter. Probably going to propel her up. I wonder. I think it could propel her up to the top 4. I really do. We'll see what happens there, though. But why else was this a great win? Because she could really learn a lot from this win. She did make adjustments with the counter striking, with the hooks, the power punches, and stuff like that. Now, but she could learn from this, in as far as, and I know this too. I know those men that were in her corner. Pahumpa cornered me many times. I've worked corners with the other coaches, Anderson and Silveira. So they're going to be like, hey, listen, this is a great win, but we need to watch this video and we got to work on this. So the head movement's a big deal. She's going to need to work that head movement. And I think that's going to add to her power striking, add to her level changes for takedowns and clinch work to get this fight to the ground where ultimately she's so dangerous at, or against the fence for that matter. That's why this is going to be a great win for her going forward. She won and she learned. It's best of both worlds. I can't see her not fighting for the belt and not being a better Mayra Bueno Silva than we saw at UFC Vegas 77. No question. Now, she's a real problem for everybody in this division. Hands down. That guillotine was nice. She caught. It was a great catch. Now, Holly she dropped for that level change. Now, she went for the level change. She bent, first of all, she bent her legs, not her back. Think of it like, how do you lift the couch? You don't want to lift like that. That's how you go for level changes in wrestling. When you do that, you expose the guillotine, and against somebody who only needs a short window like Bueno Silva, it's over. It's over. Now, also, she had the right idea, not trying to keep her head on the outside, to try to avoid, the traditional guillotines, but the front guillotine, obviously from the front headlock, was there because she changed her level wrong. Against the fence, everything kind of changes a little bit, or I don't want to say changes, but tweaks. And that was an instance where instead of bending her legs, bending your knees is difficult there, but you can actually go down to a knee against the fence and work your way back up. Not coming from a traditional wrestling background, maybe she gets stuck on her knees from that position when she's there, not comfortable with it. Maybe they don't work the cage wrestling like I worked in my career at Jackson Wink. Who knows? Who knows? But against the fence, you could take liberties with hanging out on your knees for a little bit longer than usual because they can't sprawl back. So anyway, so Mayra gets this big guillotine. She catches it. You can't make mistakes against that girl against the fence. And this is where we're going with this against Mayra. This is why she's such a problem for every girl in this division. Her power and her strength is I think it's so much better. For her power, I think almost rivals Amanda Nunes. I think she ended up winning round one because even though the volume wasn't there, she rocked Holly like 3 times pretty good. And remember, it is a damage game. It is a damage game. I know Holly was, she won the beginning of the rounds, but then I felt like it kind of leaned towards Mayra's favor. I didn't see the judges' scorecards. I don't know if they agree with me, but the adjustments were there. So this girl could think on the fly. The power's there, both with punches and kicks, and she lights up the body so well, with the spinning back kicks, the hooks, and now we got left hooks up top. Actually, I wonder if she's left-handed and leads left. I was similar to that. She's pretty left side heavy. But then on top of that, dominating grappling, that's similar to like Charles Oliveira could start against the fence. You can't make mistakes with this girl if you're trying to pressure her, because as you're going to get counterpunched, you're going to get submitted. It's a long night. She's athletic. She's going to be really tough for a lot of girls. Like I think about if she goes against a Raquel Pennington. Raquel's been winning fights lately by finishing exchanges, showing great boxing. The way she goes forward, I think that Mayra, she shoots underneath and she wins the game wrestling it on the ground. Against Holly, you saw Holly's a good striker, could just make adjustments, catch that guillotine. Against good ground fighters, like I said, she is so damn strong. Look what she did to Jillian Rodriguez. She could, if she doesn't have better grappling than you, she's going to cancel out your grappling and keep it on the feet, and you're going to get hurt with bombs throughout the rest of the fight. So I hope she gets her title fight. I don't know. I wonder who she would fight against. She just fought Holly. I haven't really looked at the rankings in depth yet at bantamweight, but this girl is such a problem for the women's bantamweight division. She's so much fun to watch, and the sky is the limit. Like I said, we're going to see a better Mayra Bueno Silva in her next fight. Can't wait. Talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.